Hey YouTube, Jim here. Welcome to Top 10 Archive. Many use Wikipedia as a source of information, but did you know that it can also be the architect of nightmares? Dig far enough into anything on the web and you'll find the darker secrets that it hides. And Wikipedia is no exception. If it's a sleepless night you're looking for, check out these 10 creepiest Wikipedia pages, if you dare. Before we get lost in the creepier side of Wikipedia, why not subscribe and click the bell to be notified of the next archive? If you have your own suggestions for terrifying Wikipedia pages, let us know in the comments. Number 10. The Dark Web. To many of us, the internet is mostly an innocent place we can escape to for videos of adorable baby animals or air our political grievances. But there's a far more sinister side to it hidden within what's known as the deep web. The dark web is a somewhat hidden, fully encrypted digital world. And while it's not all bad if the Wikipedia article is any indication, it provides access to some appalling and dreadful content. Though law enforcement attempts to monitor aspects of the dark web, sites promoting child pornography, terrorism, and even alleged murder can slip through the cracks and be accessed by demented minds. Number 9. Zodiac Killer. During the 1960s and 70s, multiple regions of California were terrorized by an individual law enforcement knew only as the Zodiac Killer. Over the course of his blood-soaked career as a proficient killer, Zodiac claimed to have murdered 37 people, all the while teasing and mocking those that pursued him for what he regarded as ineptitude. To this day, Zodiac's true identity was never uncovered, and reading through the Wikipedia article is an unsettling look into a deranged, calculating mind that may still be very much alive. Now, if that's not spine-chilling. Number 8. Killer in the Backseat. In case you've forgotten precisely why we were once a little skittish about getting into our cars at night, this Wikipedia page will remind you. There are several variations of the story, but they all end the same way, with a psychopath being discovered in the backseat. The old urban legend, and the wiki dedicated to it, may cause the hairs on the back of your neck to stand, and should leave you questioning exactly why the car behind you is persistently flashing their high beams at you. Number 7. Sleep paralysis. Imagine waking up from a nap and finding yourself unable to move. Now, picture that same scenario, but you start to see horrifying imagery. Maybe an impish demon will sit on your chest, making it incredibly difficult to breathe. Or perhaps you're visited by a group of tall shadows that hover above, as if studying you. When the paralysis lifts and you're finally able to move, your visitors vanish, leaving you to contemplate your sanity or the existence of worlds beyond our own. Number 6. Shadow person. An entire Wikipedia page devoted to shadowy masses that could be lurking within our comfortable abodes? This sounds like the perfect thing to read before we turn in for the night. Thought by many to be a supernatural or demonic entity, shadow people are also a predominant aspect of many sleep paralysis cases. The wiki even tries to reassure us that it's all a mental phenomenon linked to sleep deprivation and sleep paralysis. But you may not want to write off the next shadow person you see as just your imagination. Number 5. Global catastrophic risk. Curious about all of the ways humans can become extinct, Make your way to the Global Catastrophic Risk Wikipedia page, and you'll find an entire listing of possible events. Before snuggling down for bed, read about how artificial intelligence may wipe out the human race, or the possibilities that come with completely unavoidable natural events like mega tsunamis or geomagnetic reversal. We considered including the wiki for death in this archive, but found that the mass destruction of everything and everyone you hold dear makes for a better bedtime story. Number 4. Coffin Birth. Scientifically known as postmortem fetal extrusion, this eerie event is exactly what its simplified moniker suggests. It's like the miracle of childbirth, except everybody is dead, even the fetus. The incredibly rare fetal expulsion can occur due to the buildup of gases in the abdomen, which in turn can put pressure on the uterus. Reading about the biological process that leads to the birth of a stillborn fetus isn't even the worst part of the wiki page. A quarter of the way down the page is the first account of Coffin Birth, the case of a pregnant woman hanged by the Spanish Inquisition in 1551. It's said that while still restrained by the noose, her twin infants fell to the floor. Number 3. Lockedin Syndrome. Think back a few minutes to when we talked about sleep paralysis and imagine suffering from that frozen state for the rest of your life. You may not hallucinate ghastly creeps, but you're a prisoner of your own body. That's Lockedin Syndrome, and even on paper, it's a horrifying concept. The Wikipedia page is intended to be more informative than creepy, but we can't help but get the jitters thinking about not only being paralyzed, but also unable to communicate beyond eye movement. Number 2. Ed Gein. On July 26, 1984, at the age of 77, Edward Theodore Gein passed away at the Mendota Mental Health Institute. And that's the most uplifting thing you'll find on the Wikipedia page dedicated to the Butcher of Plainfield. If you can stomach it, you can read all about how a reserved handyman turned the town of Plainfield, Wisconsin, into a horror show. That Gein was a murderer is just the tip of the iceberg, and the more you dig, the more you understand how, despite being convicted of only one murder, he inspired demented Hollywood characters like Leatherface, Buffalo Bill, and Norman Bates. Number 1. Premature Burial. What's worse than reading about death, you ask? How about reading of people that were declared dead only to wake up after being buried? We did an entire archive on this subject a while back, and let's just say a lot of us changed our minds about being cremated. Then, as we read through the Wikipedia on premature burials, a question popped into our minds. Just how many cases of premature cremations have there been? Now, aren't you glad you watched the entire video? Tell us which one of these wiki pages creeped you out the most. Remember to subscribe and give this video a like. Or who knows, maybe you'll end up on a wiki page about what happened to people who didn't.